This is NDTV, and you're watching Classics.
If Nehru was alive, he would have been happy to call this also a temple of modern India. And this is not even a public sector undertaking. We are in Bangalore, in the campus of Infosys, the great showpiece of India's high-tech revolution. And my guest today is somebody who's always known to walk the talk. My guest, Mr. Narayana Murthy, welcome to Walk the Talk.
Well, it's a great pleasure to spend some time with you, Shekhar.
It's a great pleasure to meet you, and how marvelous that you built this miracle, I believe, without a little help from the government.
Well, I think this is, as you pointed out, and as our Prime Minister, Mr. Vajpayee, said when he came here, this is a temple of modern India. And so we have to have the best temple. So we try hard.
But you did this without help from the government of India or the government system.
Well, let's put it this way. For us to succeed, we need the goodwill of all the constituencies, and certainly government happens to be one of the important constituencies. To that extent, I would say that I'm grateful to them for helping us come where we have. So without their blessings.
But it is often said that information technology in India grew because the government didn't even know this was happening. Or you would have had bureaucracy and regulation and,
Well, let me put it this way. I think in the initial years, you do need the support of the government, and that's what Mr. Whittle and other people in the Department of Electronics did in late 80s and early 90s, Dr. Sheshagiri, Mr. Whittle, et cetera, et cetera. To that extent, I must say that we did receive help. And also, what they did was, they did not come in our way. The biggest help that government did in our industry is
to stay out of your way.
In some way, they stayed out of our way. They decentralized the whole thing. They removed licensing. They allowed us to take all our decisions in our boardroom rather than going to the Electronic Niketan day after day after day. That, to me, is an extraordinary help that the government has done.
But you are saying this in Bangalore, which is so genteel. In Delhi, we would say they stayed out of your way.
Well, I think we must all be grateful for the government for whatever good they have done. And at the same time, I think there's a lot that they can do by making sure that there is even greater level of decentralization. There's a greater focus on allowing corporations to take their own decisions and ensuring that they become catalysts.
But do you see also a tendency that even areas where growth takes place, maybe information technology, maybe telecom, possibly civil aviation, you find some instances of the empire striking back?
Oh yes, there is no doubt at all, because I have tried very, very hard to think about how to rationalize the current decision of the government of India to reduce the number of flights of Lufthansa to Bangalore from 6 to 3. There is so much of inconvenience caused to our customers today. There is so much of inconvenience caused to our software engineers. I cannot rationalize, I cannot justify.
It's been done, I presume, to protect Air India or to protect the interests of Indian companies.
Well, Air India doesn't have enough planes. Air India doesn't fly from Bangalore to Frankfurt. I cannot understand. In the best of my moments, I say there must be a rational reason. In the worst of moments, I would say that the government is anti-people, the government is anti-software industry. Knowing Mr. Vajpayee, knowing Mr. Advani, knowing several other great leaders of this government, I don't want to say that, because they're all good people. But somehow, somewhere, some bureaucrat, some politician has not understood what is needed to support this industry at this point of time.
When we talk about aircraft, maybe we should take
Sure, we can take our cycle.
From your campus.
That's a good idea.
You run an environment-friendly campus.
Yes, absolutely.
The last time you rode a bike?
When was that? Probably 30 years ago. So if I fall down...
Let's check out. Well, if that happens, your shareholders will not forgive me. So please don't do that.